Yes, welcome again. My name is Mwalimu Jeff Bama, and we are going to look at Adipo Sidang's work, that is Parliament of Alls. Now, this particular book is a play or drama, and we have to understand that when we look at the synopsis or the summary, the brief summary of this particular book, we get to realize that Parliament of Alls is adapted from Adipo Sidang's poetry. The poetry work of Adipo Sidang, touching on different themes, with one of them being politics. This particular poetry collection by Adipo Sidang talks about politics and also specializing or majoring on African politics. So the poet explores the socio-political ills that have undermined development in African countries with blunt honesty and unique literary style, with significant reference to a country like Kenya. So this particular play revolves around what we call the Parliament of Alls, under the leadership of the mysterious Royal All. So this Royal All represents the president. It's like the president of a country. Now, the Parliament of Alls also represents the current parliament, where we have the members of parliament in a country. So King Tula Nyongoro, in this particular summary of this book, King Tula Nyongoro is the one refers to as the Royal All, and this one represents the president. And with the help of Moneybag All, who is the Royal All most trusted ally. It means that the money bag is the most trusted ally by the Royal All, and they work together. So, which means that there is also a representation in State House. There is State House, which is a royal tree where the Royal All stays. That is the State House. So this Parliament of Alls, as we go by, we understand that is the most powerful organization comparable to the royal tree, which now represents the State House. That now the Parliament of Alls is the most powerful, powerful organization comparable to the royal tree, where the seat of the Royal All is. The Royal All King Tula Nyongoro. In the play, we get to realize that Alls present themselves as the only birds capable of intelligent thinking. That all these birds that are representatives in the Parliament of Alls, they are referred to as the most intelligent thinking and developing good laws for the prosperity of the kingdom. Now, the kingdom here represents what we call the country. It symbolizes the country. However, this is not the case in the way business is conducted at the Parliament of Alls. We get to realize that the House of Representatives passes bills ensuring the interests of Alls are protected. This Parliament passed laws in favor of Alls to the detriment of other bird species in the kingdom. That they pass laws that favor them. laws that favor them at the expense of other birds, at the expense of other birds in the kingdom. This shows that even in the current government or parliament, laws are passed that favor the members of parliament more than the citizens. As we go by, we get to realize that bills are passed hurriedly. A case in point being the Moonlight Bill. There is a bill that is presented in Parliament, which is referred to as the Moonlight Bill, whose passage is hastened when the Alls realize that there are plans of demonstrations against it by the birds. That the birds plan demonstrations against the Moonlight Bill. This is a clear representation of what happens in our current governments, what happens in our current countries, or in our current leadership. That whenever some bills are yet to be passed, bills which do not favor the common mwananchi, bills which are against the citizens, it means that demonstrations are planned to fight against such bills being passed. Members of parliament, as we go by, we are told they are either coerced or rewarded to pass the bills. Any attempt to object to bills because of the same material content is met with an iron fist. We have an iron fist. So the members such as Iron Lady who attempt to oppose those frivolous bills are thrown out of parliament. They are thrown out of parliament or denied a chance to contribute to the bill's discussion. That those members who try to oppose, those who try to go against the bills, they are chased out of parliament so that they do not contribute any longer to the bill's discussion. This is a clear reflection of what happens when, especially when other members pass the bills and others oppose. There is that disagreement that is evident, that is clear even to our current situation. We have what we call Oyundi in this particular book. Oyundi is the fire finch, a tiny, canny female bird.
Purchase your tracks today.
Oyundi sees the shambolic manner in which business is conducted in the parliament or in the house. So she rallies other like-minded members or birds against the parliament of Alls in a quest for change. So Oyundi campaigns against this parliament of Alls in a quest for change. She gets the support of Iron Lady, who leads rebel Alls together with day birds, grain eaters, and some night birds and omnivores. Omnivores are like fleshy carcass vultures to rebel against bad governance. So all these types of birds are rallied to demonstrate or to oppose any form of bill that is against their interests, that is against the citizens, that is against other birds in the kingdom. So Oyundi has to work out a plan to trick the royal All to ensure Parliament of Alls is replaced with a flock of birds. It is the work of Oyundi, this bird referred to as Oyundi, to work extra hard to devise a trick which he has to present to the royal All. And remember, the royal All represents the president. to ensure that Parliament of Owls is replaced with flock of birds.
Purchase your tracks
That
today.
all these owls in Parliament of Owls should be replaced completely with the flock of birds. An inclusive government. I relate this one to what we call broad-based government. So as we go by, we get to realize that Oyundi, to do this, Oyundi, the fire finch, discovers what we call the greatest secret. Which secret does Oyundi come up with? The secret that Oyundi comes
Purchase your
up with
tracks today.
is called the golden bead. And this secret has to be presented to the royal tree, which represents the state house. Veteran pleads the parrots in reporting the unfolding events at Parliament of Owls in the bird kingdom. When the Owls chief propagandist Arum Tidi is found dead, and they are urged, hey,
Purchase
when
your
this
tracks
particular bird
today.
is found dead, fear and fury, there is what you call fear and fury among the birds, and their urge for change gain momentum. Oyundi hatches a clever plan that sees the rule of royal owl come to an embarrassing end. So this is a plan that is driving at removing the sitting royal owl.
Purchase your tracks today.
That is like now removing the president out of office. It is a plan that is drived at what we call the vote of no confidence. This is a clear representation of what happens in our current society, of what happens in our current states. So the play, as we look at it, is a political satire that highlights how bad leadership, tribalism, and corruption can work against societal growth. That corruption, tribalism,
Purchase
among
your tracks
other
today.
evil works in governance, in the leadership, all those can lead to poor development or lack of societal growth. Our society cannot grow where there is corruption. Our society can never grow where there is tribalism.
Purchase
Our
your
society
tracks
can
today.
never grow where corruption is the order of the day. It also proves how women can also participate in leadership, especially to fight for their rights and the rights of other citizens. Take an example of the Iron Lady plus other female birds that we are told about here. Like Oyundi is a female bird, works together with the Iron Lady to mobilize other birds to work against or to oppose the bill that is pushing Mwananchi to the corner.
Purchase your tracks.
So it's also clear that even the minority groups, such as the youths, can rise against bad governance without violence. It's also clear, just as it has happened in Kenya, that the youth, the so-called Gen Zs, rose against bad governance. So this book is a clear reflection of our current society and an indication of what should be
Purchase your
done
tracks today.
to fight against poor governance, corruption, tribalism, among other things that derail development in our nations, in our countries. Thank you for your time. And sure, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much.